Hello to my Leos. All right, Leos, let's get right into it. This message is going to take you out through the rest of this cycle. Let's get into it. All right, Leos, let's go. All right, let's see what's in your cards, Leos. I've already prayed over everyone's cards. Hopefully you all are having a great week so far, setting your intentions. We are going to start out with an intention here. In these cards, we're also going to pull a number. Also going to pull a number from this numerology deck here. So this is a general reading. Take only what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below in the description. Yep, in the description. All right, Leos. I've already asked the spirit questions about every aspect of your life. So that's what we'll be uncovering here. We celebrated a full wolf moon on the 13th. So a lot of things were uncovered. So hopefully you all took some time to journal this cycle. I am polite with everyone I meet. So that's the intention that you're going to set. So that's an intention you could set. Not that you will, but that you could set. So you can create your own intentions. Set the tone for your day. This is a pretty thick deck here of numbers. So let's see what your angel number is. I'll be careful with shuffling this deck because this deck could go flying everywhere. So let's see. All right, here we go. 662, big picture. So make choices that reflect the main goal. Your angels ask that instead of focusing on little things that can distract you and create negativity, you shift your focus to the big picture. Your angels remind you that when you keep that image in mind, each choice you make will be in favor of what you ultimately want. So reflect upon your goal now. Write it on a piece of paper. Put the paper somewhere you will see it constantly, such as beside the bathroom mirror. So 662 will be your angel number here. And so for those of you all who want to know the cards that I'm using, I will put that information down below. For those of you all who are readers yourself, I have quite a few readers that tap in. So thank you for the collective community for tapping in and supporting. Our Etsy store is open. We have everything there. So go check it out. The link is below. Let's do it. Let's see what's in your cards. All right. All right, Leos. All right. Let's see what's going on with my Leos. Let's see if we can get some more good news. Now that a lot of things have been uncovered about yourselves, because that's what this full wolf moon was about. It's really just like discovering what tribe you want to attract, really. You know, what tribe you want to attract. Yeah. Your spirit animal. What tribe would you like to attract, right? You got into a place where you have been and you recognize now what your karmic cycles have been. And so this is the year of 9, where a lot of things last 8 years, you recognize what karmic cycles were for you that you wanted to break. What was concealed before has now been revealed. We still have a few planets that are currently retrograde, and so you're still closing out cycles. So the Fool card, which is the planet Uranus, is retrograde for a little while longer. And so you're still closing out a cycle, embarking on a brand new journey. Like everyone else is, right? All right, first card leading here is the 9 of Wands, right? 9 of Wands. So one thing for sure, you are definitely not going back to a bunch of confusion, right? That could ultimately hurt you. You're being lost and being confused, and somebody's not going back to this hyper masculine energy. And I'm talking to men and women, or however you identify, Leos, where you're jumping to conclusions, where you don't know, you don't have the full picture, you don't have the full story about things. You're just jumping, right? Jumping off of your throne, right? So I always talk about adjusting your crown. So for those of you all who are new to my channel, the King and Queen of Wands, for you fire, would be being on your throne, right? Praying, praying, and meditating before praying, jumping on a bandwagon. of just being impulsive. Hear something because you're familiar with something, jumping on the bandwagon, right? So definitely not going back to that. Definitely not going back to that just because someone you know may be familiar with something, family or somebody may be familiar with something, you just jump on a bandwagon. So everybody says they don't do that until it's somebody that you know, that you say, oh, I know that person, I'm related to them, I've been knowing them for years, and I know such and such about this subject matter, whatever. You've gotten to a place now where you're saying, I'm just polite with everyone I meet. You know, you're making choices that reflect the main goal, right? And so you don't want any distractions, that you don't want to create any negativity, not whether you know it or don't know it. So you definitely want to align yourself with people that's going to tell you the full, like keep you fully enlightened as much as they are enlightened, so that they're not leading you down some kind of a path that you find out later on, oh my God, they didn't even tell you something, right? And now you're hurt. And you could have prayed about a situation, and now you are the prey, right? So yeah. So here we have the Nine of Cups here, where they're getting what they want, but you're not getting any of what you want. So I'm definitely seeing a lot of your wishes being fulfilled, because this is the fire and water that's balancing things out, divine masculine to divine feminine energy that's balancing things out. And remember, the divinity is what's in the middle, right? So it looks like, you know, in the past, somebody may have gotten you all riled up over something. Maybe family members gotten you all riled up over something, or people that you were familiar with. And family is not always blood relatives. It could have been like family, like church family, school family, job family, whatever. You race to something, and then guess what? Source is saying, next time, pray about it. Wait for answers from source. You can journal about it. You can also, and waiting for answers from source, you can journal about it. You'll get all kinds of signs through numbers, signs through readings, signs through just signs and wonders from all over the place, right? If you read scriptural, religious text, you can get it from there. You can get it from sermons. You can get it from, so many different signs all around, dreams, downloads, all kinds of signs, right? So that's when you're in receiving mode from the divine, the creator of all things, right? So that someone that you have an emotional connection with, like somebody you're dating or that you're romantically involved with, they're just leading you into a path of destruction, and you just like, okay, I or you have some kind of emotional attachment with, because that's what it looks like. They're getting all what they want, but you didn't get what you needed, and it was a disaster for somebody. So Source is trying to help you to look at the big picture and just being polite with everyone that you meet. Being polite with everyone that you meet, no matter how much other people have told you certain things, just be polite. You never know the backstory until you find out the whole story, right? So here we have the Hangman. So it looks like you've made way too many sacrifices to let somebody sacrifice you again, right? To let somebody sacrifice you again, because that's what it looks like for somebody that happened here. That's what it looks like. It happened here to you, Leos. That's what it looks like, what happened here to you. And you don't know why somebody sometimes you don't know why somebody would sacrifice you. You don't know why somebody would sacrifice you. You don't know what their agenda is, what their mental state is, why they would sacrifice you. Why would they cause confusion, right? Except they're battling their own demons. We're talking about fire here, right? It could be somebody who has low self-esteem. It could be someone who's a narcissist. It could be anything, because that's the dark side of fire, right? All you know was that as a leader, as a protector, because your symbol is a lion, right? So lions are really protectors of their, tribe, their community, chest all stuck out, mane blowing in the wind, eyes squinted. I'm going after whoever I need to protect. That energy knew whoever the energy was, they knew exactly which buttons to push, right? That's why I sometimes say, Leos, take off the super Leo cape. Okay, take that cape off, sit down somewhere before you pounce. Sit on your throne and your regal spirit and pray about it, right? So somebody, it looks like, and this is the reason why you're not going backwards, right? It happens, Leos, and I want y'all to hear this because this is what really coming to my spirit. It happens A lot of times when people are dating people, right? A lot of times you can get along very well with a person's family, and somebody could see that you're getting along so well with their families that they're like, oh, okay, this person is getting along too well with my family. That means that I won't get a chance to do some of the sneaky stuff I've been doing. So I can't let them get too close, because I know that if they get too close to that one may start talking about all the other ones I bring around. They may expose something, not knowing what they're exposing, right? So they got to create some kind of a disaster, right? So you got to be aware of certain things of how you, like, okay, you first getting along with everybody, now all of a sudden you got a disaster. They create some kind of stuff like, oh, you know, my mom and my sisters or my brother or my dad, they don't get along with anybody. All of a sudden you like, now you confused. But they seem like they got along with me just fine. It seem like they really like me. Seem like they really embrace me. Yeah, that's how they all start out. And then you sitting there confused now. Instead of going with your first mind, instead of praying about it and saying, okay, what? Remember, devil is the author of confusion. It's not calling them the devil, but what are they trying to hide? So somebody's getting ready to start thinking about that from now on. Somebody's getting ready to start thinking about that from now on. Same thing in the workplace. You go into a situation, you're all excited about it. All of a sudden, some kind of confusion starts. Okay, why is all of a sudden some kind of confusion? Why? Why all of a sudden there's some kind of confusion? Some energies you walk away from and you're so confused, you don't even know what in the world. That's when you need to immediately go into prayer. Because there's an emotional connection there, you need to immediately go into prayer. Why such opposition, right? Yeah, because your spirit isn't being fed. You're at a crossroad. You're trying to make a decision about some things, right? And so the one you should really be going to first for clarity is Source. There's only one creator. Source will lead you to make the right decision. To make the right decision. Your spirit is trying to get fed, and there's a lot of energies out here that is competing. You shouldn't watch this because that's evil. But the creator created all of it. The creator created all of it. So Source is saying to you, you know, you made a lot of sacrifices to dream bigger, and that dreaming bigger is to be more you all are, like I said, are leaders by default. And so a lot of you all lead departments in the workplace. You all lead family. You're just leaders since you all were kids, just leaders. Y'all just kind of like that's even as kids, people can see that you all are leaders. That big ray of sunshine come busting out the front door in your family's home, just outside, just like this little points of sunlight, and people can see it. And people gravitate towards that, right? They gravitate towards that. They are attracted to your confidence, right? And so looking at your cards here, but it also exposes people's emotions. It also exposes people's emotions. And so that can be a good thing or it can be a negative. So you can look at it however you want to look at it, but it actually has exposed somebody emotionally that you were possibly dating or married to or thinking about marrying or whatever the case may be, how they really feel and what they would do to sacrifice not only you but sacrifice other people. And so you want to pay attention to that. You really want to pay attention to that. You want to pay attention to that ahead of time. It is not a competition. It's not a competition. Pay attention to that ahead of time. So somebody is saying, oh, they really love, certain people, but they were willing to sacrifice people that they say that they love. Source is saying to you, and you sitting there watching that, don't think for 1 second that they wouldn't at an opportunity sacrifice you. And Source is saying to you, you have been sacrificed. Enough is enough. So you're #winning. So here we have the 8. So you're breaking some kind of a karmic cycle. That's how you're breaking the karmic cycle. That is how you are breaking the karmic cycle. Because you've seen some things where you're just like, nope, don't want to be a part of that. That confusion. See this infinity symbol at the top? They send out too many confusing messages. Their energy sends out too many confusing messages. Yeah, the energy sends out too many confusing messages. Yeah, and you have enough information. Yeah, you have enough physical information, right? You have enough information. Yeah, sends out just way too. You have physical information, like physical. It just sends out too much confusion. And again, this would be, again, the type of energy. You can tell them what your love language is. They're not interested in knowing your love language, Leos. They're only interested in doing what works best for them. Remember, love is a verb. It's an action, right? So just like faith is action, right? Faith without good works is dead. Love is an action. So if you're telling somebody what your love language is, and they're consistently saying basically what they feel like your love language is, they are not actively listening. They don't paying attention to what you're saying. So Source is trying to tell you, you're not going back in that direction of being confused anymore. You're not being confused anymore about something. You're not confused, right? There it is. You won't be boo-boo the fool. You don't have fool stamped on your forehead. So as you're closing out cycles, you're starting to be very clear why some people move on from the circus. That now is starting to become crystal clear to you. You're going to feel changed, liberated, and free. Changed, liberated, and free. Yeah, changed, liberated, and free. Yeah, in a very meek way. Where people you may have thought were weak before, you thought that they just, they were weak in their, just in how they handle things. They have chosen to let Source fight their battles. See, the Strength card speaks to there's an inner strength, right? Some people show their inner strength by just walking away. They just, like I said, letting Source fight their battles. And some people have to have this outer strength. Some people have this outer strength. They always cussing people out, going off, ready to, knuckle up. Knuck if you buck. Always in something. Always in a circus. All of that going on. Source is saying to you, you don't need to do all of that. You can let Source fight your battle from your throne. You can let Source fight your battle from your throne. So yeah. So somebody is never going back in that direction again. Never going back in that direction again. You're going to let your light shine bright at a high frequency, looking at your cards here. And you're going to start collecting information. You're going to start journaling. You're starting to notice this, right? You're going to start noticing this. You're going to start noticing that. You're going to start noticing this. You're going to start noticing that as you're journaling, right? You're starting to, what you're documenting, because Pentacles energy is about the physical existence of things. You're starting to document consistency in people's behavior towards you when you are in their presence. So if people's presence towards you is genuine and kind, their arms are open wide, hey Leo, so whatever your name is, Leo, right? Leo man, Leo woman, hey, how you doing, so on and so forth, right? Whether money is involved or not, they're genuinely happy to talk to you, whether money is involved or not, whether you go over their time or whatever. They're genuinely happy to talk to you, right? They're genuinely ready to engage you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, versus somebody who is secretly competing with them, that is saying that they're their family, they're this and that. Oh, they ready to go in. I talked to, or I was around so-and-so. They go right into what negative they know about them. Well, did you know this? And I heard this, and you don't really know them like I know them because I know this and that. Source is saying to you, you just met your opposition. You just met your opposition because somebody else already moved on. You just met your opposition. So, yeah, so that's how you're going to get your needs met right there. I see a lot of your wishes being fulfilled because you're leaving behind a lot of confusion, chaos and confusion. You're just leaving it behind. Yeah, because some roots run real deep for some people. You know, when you pulling up, for those of you who like gardening or planting, and you pulling up when you're starting to replant like seeds, right? And you see how deep how sometimes the weeds below in those hidden weeds are much taller than what the growth is above the soil, right? And so some roots are deep. Some roots are deep for some people, and you don't know why. And a lot of times the energies that's on the opposing side, they don't even know how far down something goes and why. But those roots have been planted very early on between the ages of 0 through 7, and you have no clue. Just like the energy, if somebody just decided, whoever moved on before you moved on, they tried just like you tried. They moved on. They just say, hey, they moved on. Moved on. They finally decided to just move on. So, you're taking yourself out of karmic cycles. There's a death card. Yeah, there's a Scorpio involved in something. Scorpio involved in something. So there's so something has definitely ended. Something has ended for sure. You're on the rebirth side, but there's also some obsession. Like somebody is obsessed with pulling people into chaos and confusion, which you need to be equally as determined to get out of chaos and confusion. You need to be equally as determined to come away from chaos and confusion so you can gain some clarity from source. Yeah, you'll see. That's right. Save yourself. Save yourself. See, this Knight of Pentacles here, what's going to save you is work. What's going to save you is work. What's going to save you is work. I do see you receiving some money. I do see you receiving money. Some kind of, because what you get ready to start working on is not going back into being confused, right? So it's not going to eat up your bandwidth. It's not going to eat up your time of just being confused. I'm not sure. I'm still confused. You're going to go straight to the clarity master, which is source. You're going to initiate. Where's the magician card? You're going straight to source in prayer. Source, I need clarity. You're not going to human. You're going straight to source for clarity. Source, I need complete and total clarity for everything. I don't want to be confused about anything anymore. And that's when you're going to start your journaling, because we're coming to a close. We're closing out this cycle. So in this phase of the moon, you're banishing, you're repelling any hexes, black magic, dark entity, all of that. You're going into closing out a cycle. So things have been exposed and revealed to you. All right, you need to go into closing out a cycle. That's the phase that you're in. All right. And again, being polite with everyone that you meet. You're not so confused that if somebody cuts you off in the road, you just blankety blank, beep, 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 beep. None of that. Because it cannot be just you're in receipt of just money, right? Money is a form of energy. Source can give you that. You can't just be in receipt of, well, I'm getting money. I'm getting paid for such and such. Source is saying, no. Because I do see you leaving behind. Eventually, you will leave behind a circus of confusion. And you will see this black cat right here named Shadow. Eventually, you will do the shadow work. And you will see things for what they really, really are. And that's what Source is trying to help somebody to learn how to see. Source is trying to get somebody to really raise their frequency by balancing it out. You're going to feel very... somebody, and this has to do with your moon sign. So we had a wolf moon in Cancer, right? Cancer is the mother and money sign of the zodiac, not because money is more attracted to Cancers than anybody else. Cancer's symbol is a crab shell. A crab. You're going to go into your hermit crab shell mode, and go through a molting process. So I do see somebody in this last phase of this moon going into hermit mode. That's what I see. You going into reflective mode. You're going to introspection mode, really thinking, just like, okay, now that everything has been exposed about everybody involved in whatever area of your life, everything has been exposed. Let me sit down and journal and go into like prayer, like really go into deep prayer, and let me talk to source. Let me talk to my creator. Let me get some answers from source. That means you got to turn the phone off. You don't want any extra voices in your ear. Let me just talk to source, because I need to make, because I'm not going backwards. I'm not going back into anything that I know for certain people are hurting people. I'm never going back into that. I'm not going back into that. Don't want to be a part of that, right? So this is where you're breaking some kind of karmic cycle. Yeah. Because judgment is already coming down on some energies that are already sacrificing people. Judgment is already coming down. But something that you're aware of, that you now know that people are being sacrificed. And sacrifices have already been made by ancestors and parents and all of this other stuff. It's like you're at a point now that your light, you being around energies I'm trying to tell y'all, the power of Leo is crazy. And I'm saying that in the highest complimentary way. That's why a lot of you all think people are jealous, and it really isn't. It's like it really pulls out people's emotions, because that sun, you all are ruled by the sun. It exposes the sun actually is sits behind the moon, and the moon aligns with our emotions, our feelings, our moods, our subconscious habits, all those things. And so when you're around people, it really exposes people's emotions. It exposes people's emotions about themselves, right? It's like, like and so it's not always about, so if a person, if they are inspired by you, so if a person is inspired by you, they'll tell you, they'll say, you know what, I really love the way that you dress. You really inspire. Like when I talk to people, Leos, about, when I'm talking to people, somebody say, oh, they dated a Leo, and that even though they may not be dating you all, or some of you all anymore, they may say, they dated a Leo that was the best boyfriend or girlfriend they ever had. And we're not even talking about in a physical sense. They could be saying about you all that you all inspired them to dream bigger, or aim higher, or become more confident, or they just love sitting back watching you all and just how confident that you all are. Not in an obsessive way, like they want to get back together with you all, but just like they are really just, your confidence level is on megawatt status. And people are drawn to that. And so that's why I speak highly of you all on my channel. So Source is saying to you, continue being that unapologetically. Continue being that, because there are some people who are inspired by that. Everybody is not jealous. Some people are really just like, they're trying to find their star. We know that the sun is a star. And then you got those people who are, like I said, y'all are seeing a lot. Y'all are seeing a lot right now. Y'all are seeing a lot in families where y'all, like I said before, it's kind of like that protector energy. That's that lion in you. That's you operating in that your symbol as a lion, but you're in human form. Source wants you to sit on your throne and adjust your crown, like kind of as like the and see other people on there as him having their crown in their universe as well, like high vibrational. And just say, okay, they have a purpose as well. So how can I bring their light out in them? How can I bring a light out in them? If somebody that you either were dating or could be an ex, somebody from your past, somebody was like really yeah, somebody that you were, let me see, we got fire, water, pentacles, air. It's like somebody kept trying to tell you something, because we're talking about air here. If they were trying to tell you in their own way, it's like they were trying to tell you something in their own way. But so it had to be a divine feminine energy that kept trying to tell you something in their own way. Divine feminine by default would be Capricorn, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, kept trying to tell you something in their own way. Excuse me. And that could be their sun sign or moon sign, but kept trying to tell you something in their own way. But again, like I said, but you needed to be on your throne to really see what they were saying, like to really read between the lines. Like you all would probably just come right out and say it, depending on what your, well, obviously if you're watching this, your sun sign is Leo, but if your moon sign was divine masculine by default, which would be air or fire. But for them, somehow they couldn't, something they couldn't tell you, so they, in their own way, they were telling you in confusion. Like there's like their inner child was trying to tell you. You know how sometimes kids, you know how like everybody has an inner child. It's like they were, like somebody was acting out, but they want to tell you that, like they want to stay up, and they want to stay up late, but they may act out or something. You know, like little kids may do or whatever. But anyway, so yeah, something you're not going back to. You've made a decision. Here's a Lover's card. Some kind of a partnership in business or partnership in love is trying to come in now, right, for you. And so you've made a decision. No more being around energies who talk down to people or see them as less than. Whether they talk down to people or be on the receiving end of that. Like basically you're helping people with their confidence level. Like you're like, okay, you're not going to accept it. And it's not like you're instigating anything. You're just basically like, you have purpose too. You have purpose too. You're not going to just let somebody just talk to you like that. But you are not going to let people talk to you any kind of way either. And again, now something is going to make sense as to why people will cut the air supply, like stop talking to people if they feel like they have been disrespected in some way, shape, form, or fashion. They just stop talking in a very meek way. They just move on, right? So yeah, here we have the Knight of Cups. That's how they Knight of Cups. That's how they just move on. That's how they save themselves. Yeah, that's how they save themselves. So they just raise their frequency. Their head and heart are no longer at war with each other. They just move on. And people see that as a weakness, but it's not. It's like, let source fight their battles. They just let source fight their battles. They've been in survival mode for so long, talked about so long behind their backs. They just like, you know what? They just let source fight their battles. So this is what you have in common with somebody. This is what you have in common with somebody. You've been talked about so much behind your back, behind closed doors. This is where some people actually thrive. They learn how to heal themselves behind closed doors. Where's the card? So the two parts to the Magician card would be Virgo and also Gemini. So the Magician card is Mercury, right? So with some people will assume that if people move on quietly, that they're behind closed doors with 10 swords in their back. They don't want to get out of the bed. They depressed. Oh my God, people not talking to them. Their loved ones, like if that was me, you know, I would feel terrible. Yeah, if that was you. But some people are like, thank God that they don't have to deal with that kind of backstabbing anymore. So yes, please don't invite certain people, right? So for some people, it's a thank you God, hallelujah, don't whatever. So that's what Source is saying to you is you're learning how to kind of sort of read between the lines, you know. And same thing in the workplace. You'll start to notice some of your, because I feel like looking at your cards here, as you're gaining more knowledge and information, and I do see money coming across your path. I see somebody getting a raise at work. I actually see somebody in a leadership position, and I see you gaining more money is coming across your path. So more offers are coming to you to make more money to lead. And I'm telling y'all, it keeps coming across my path, because as much as people try to stop and block, not just Leos, just in general, people the moment you start finding your light, like really start sources like, okay, Leo, it's time to go to the next level. There will always be people who will try to put an end to your growth, because they're looking at it like, okay, Leo is about to outshine me. Okay, we thought Leo was going to be here, but Leo about to bust through the clouds. Okay, you shining bright, Leo, but I don't need you to shine that freaking bright. Okay, I don't need you to be busting through the clouds like that. You like, okay, well, your creator told you to shine brighter, so hey, they need to put on some sunglasses because you about to shine even brighter, better, more than they expected, right? And so that's when you'll know it's going to it's exposing a lot of people's feelings about a lot of things, but it's really about their insecurity. That has nothing to do with you. Nothing. It has nothing to do with you because there's many stars in the sky. You're not the only Leo on planet Earth. They're going to talk about you like they talked about you before. You're going to learn, it's going to make sense to you. Some people have learned very early on in life, this right here, they just let source fight their battles. People look at them as weak. They don't want to be invited to stuff. They don't want to be invited to stuff. They don't want to be invited. They don't want to be around that kind of mess. So get ready to shine brighter because you're about to feel like you have a whole new lease on life. Here's the Page of Pentacles here. You're about to feel like you have a whole... I'm telling you, somebody's about to feel more youthful because more money is about to come across your path. And remember, money is not everything. But I'm telling y'all, somebody is about to stop freaking dimming their light because it's... I don't know who I'm talking to, but... I can't I can't say this no other way. Leos, go for it. If people feel some kind of way about you shining bright, I let them buy some thicker sunglasses for real. That's all I can say. Just let them buy some thicker sunglasses. I would just say just go for it. It's not a competition. People can make up that in their mind if they want to. Oh, Leo's competing with me. Shine bright. I mean, brighter. Add the ER to the end for real, because and if they have Leo in their birth chart, then that it's going to inspire them to learn about the Leo in them, right? And just celebrate the Leo in them. That's all it's going to do. That's what it's going to do. It's going to help them to celebrate the Leo in them because high vibrating Leos are caring. They don't have a problem telling people they live a great life. They just very appreciative, very optimistic, just natural leaders, right? Kind and protective, loyal, radiate light-filled energy that sustains all creation on earth. We're talking about the sun. Like you're ruled by the sun. You and Cancers are the only two signs that are not ruled by planets. Leos are creative at their highest frequency. They're passionate. They're generous, warm-hearted, cheerful, humorous. I can't even tell you how many funny Leos I know will have people cracking up laughing. I'm talking about cracking up, side, hurt, laughing, tears coming out of people's eyes laughing. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, but when you're around people that are showing you they have an issue with your light shining bright, then you should not take that long because you're a fixed sign to say, okay, maybe my time is up in their lives. I need to go ahead and close out this cycle and move on to the next assignment. Maybe I need to move on to the next assignment and let source fight that battle. Whatever that battle is that's going on internally, I need to go ahead and fight that battle. I don't need to be digging the claws in deeper, saying, okay, I gotta stay. I gotta keep being a bright light shining in their eyes. No, let me move on to the next assignment, right? Because that's where you restrict yourself. And this card came out, in reverse. So that's where you used to restrict yourself, but you're no longer restricting yourself anymore. That's what you're saying. You're no longer restricting yourself. So hopefully this reading has been helpful, for somebody, but you decided you're no longer restricting yourself. Somebody is really doing the mirror work. I mean, for real. Somebody is really, really doing the mirror work. It's going to make so much sense. I'm telling y'all, it's going like a bell went off in somebody's head. Why some people just quietly move on. They don't need to be a part of everything, every event, every family gathering, every potluck, at work. They don't need to be the center of it. They don't. Yeah. So you're releasing any negative thoughts about people who, You know, you won't be looking at somebody like, oh, they just a narcissist. They don't want to hear the truth. Somebody telling the truth about them and they don't want to hear the truth. You're going to say, you know what? They know who they are when they look in the mirror. That's their confidence. They just quietly move on. You're open to new perspectives. That's what this is. That's what the Eight of Swords is in reverse. Is you're open to new perspectives now. That's what you have in common with people. When you don't know what chapter people are in their lives, when you don't know what chapter people are in their lives, and you talking to familiar spirits, yeah, confidence is key to success. You've been in contact, you've been around somebody who is confident. They know who they are. There's a difference between confidence and arrogance. So when people tell me automatically, oh, that Leos are arrogant, I'm like, hold on. You don't even know what chapter they're in their lives. They could be in a chapter of their lives where they've gotten to a point, they got so tired of hearing how arrogant they are. They had to look in the mirror and say, you know what? Listen, that's confidence. That confidence got them out of the bed to wake them up, to get them to put one foot in front of the other. What you talking about, arrogant? You don't even know what chapter they in. So yeah, when you meet people who openly embrace you, Leos, a lot of times that's sincere. When a person first meets you and they like, okay, it's something on you. They see that light bright. Next thing you like, you got lights shooting out of your skin. That's that sun inside of you. That's sunlight. Yeah. So somebody's gonna get it from around people who think that everybody got ulterior motives. So hopefully this reading has been helpful, to you all. But yeah, be polite with everyone that you meet, because I'm telling you, a lot of people like Leos. I'm telling y'all. And it's not always an ulterior motive. People just like that sunny energy. Know your worth. Know your worth. So you have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. That's it. That's right. Source is love. The creator is love right inside of you. I keep trying to tell y'all this on my channel. I don't know if who y'all be around for real. People love confidence. I don't care what you say. I don't know who y'all be around, but I'm telling you, people love confidence. They are attracted to confidence. Look at like leaders and stuff. People who are real, true leaders. They're not intimidated by people who think that they're arrogant. They can hear all this negative stuff about them. They're like, well, then don't invite them then. That's not arrogance. It's like they know who they are. They know who they are. They've already done the mirror work. So that's why you're open to new perspectives. You have that in common with some people. Some people are just meek. They're like, you know what? They'll let Source fight their battle. They're not standing there arguing with somebody. They know who they are. That's what Source is saying. You're polite with everyone that you meet. You are getting away from distractions. Yeah, that create negativity. You're looking at the whole big picture. That's what I have for you. So get ready for increase, because I'm telling you, it's going to be some people. You about to feel like you have a whole new lease on life, like a little kid. Like a little kid that just opened up a birthday card with the dollars falling out of it. It's going to be a lot more than dollars, right? Falling out of your card. Because you just increased your wealth and you just increased your knowledge and just opened up a whole new world for you. And some people that felt like they can control they could determine your worth and your value and how much you should get paid. That has already been exposed. Your spirit already knows who they are. Your physical mind, your physical body, right? Something about the reason why some of y'all are still closing out the cycles, because y'all haven't really completely come to terms with it. Like, okay, I just don't want. Some of y'all just don't want to wrap your head around the fact that not that one. That one has an issue with you going to the next level. Yeah, that one. But they're going to have to deal with that with Source. That has nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing to do with you. They're going to have to go to the creator for that, because you know your worth. You about to, for real, take it to the next level. You just, like I said, your confidence is key. I've been saying this since y'all been tuned into my channel. I've been saying it from the start. That's what I have for you. Hopefully, I'll see you all in the next video. So, continue being high vibrating Leos. Continue radiating like the sun. And I don't know what to say about anybody who sees y'all as a threat, because they don't have any. You're not their competition, and they are not yours. That's what I have for you. Bye.